So in this video, I'm going to be comparing the Panasonic 45 to 200mm versus the Panasonic 100 to 300mm versus the Panasonic Leica 100 to 400mm. So firstly, I'm just going to start off with the pros and cons of each lens. So let's start with the 45 to 200. For the pros, it's the cheapest, being $500. It's the lightest, being 370 grams. And for the wildlife photographers, you can zoom out far to find like a bird or an animal, then you can zoom back in really quickly because of the really smooth zoom ring. It obviously has stabilization, and it's very small and compact for a 90 to 400mm equivalent. Okay, so let's go over the cons. Number one, it has less range. It's only got okay autofocus. It only has one button, being the stabilization button. So for example, if you want to change the autofocus to manual focus, you have to do that in camera. Another con is it's very light. So for some people that would be good, but that means it's less stabilization because it's less heavy. Another one is it's not weather sealed, and it's made of plastic. Okay, now onto the Panasonic 100 to 300. Okay, let's go through the pros first. Number one is it's more range than the 45 to 200. It's very small and light for a 600mm equivalent. It's very cheap for the amount of features that you get, being only $750. It has better autofocus than the 45 to 200. It has a smooth zoom ring and focus ring. And it has stabilization. Okay, now let's go on to the cons. Number one is it's got less range than the 100 to 400. It's not as sharp. It's only got one button, being once again the stabilization button. It's not as good autofocus than the 100 to 400. It can't zoom very far out to find the bird if you're having trouble finding it in your viewfinder. It's still not that heavy, being once again a pro or a con. It's not weather sealed and it's made of plastic. Okay, now on to the Panasonic Leica 100 to 400. So once again, let's start with the pros. And the most obvious one, it's the most range. It's got better autofocus. It's got the best sharpness. It has three buttons, being the stabilization button, the autofocus and manual focus button, and the focus distance button. It has stabilization. It can lock and unlock the zoom ring. It's made fully of metal with a metal lens hood. It's weather sealed unlike the others. And this one's really a half pro. It's very heavy, so you do get more stabilization. Okay, now on to the cons. Now obviously the most obvious one, it's so much more expensive, being around $1,800. And like the 100 to 300, it can't zoom out very far to find the bird if you're having trouble finding it in your viewfinder. And as I said, it's the heaviest, which is a pro and a con. And in my opinion, it doesn't offer a very good aperture range for the price. That's my pros and cons list done. Let's have a look at the overall picture quality of each lens.